Hello, welcome to the WIU Black Alumni Council's Life of a Leatherneck podcast. My name is Byron Williams, and I am your host. You may be wondering what these recordings are all about. It is our mission to stay connected to all the WIU alumni across the country. Each podcast will feature an alumnus who wishes to share their journey with you. Today's Life of a Leatherneck podcast features Miss Joyce Ross. She's the immediate past president of the Black Alumni Council.
Hello, Ms. Ross. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Williams. How are you, Byron?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm all right.
So, first of all, I want you to tell us, what have you been up to? All the Leathernecks spread across the country, across the world, want to know what has Ms. Joyce Ross been up to?
Well, I've just been working. I worked all during COVID. I work in a shipping company, and we never stopped working. So I've just been working and enjoying life and just waiting to see what God has planned for me for the future.
Great. So tell me your WIU story. Do you mind sharing that? How did you choose WIU out of all the colleges across the country? You settled with WIU in Macomb, Illinois. What brought you there?
Well, that's a funny story. I was accepted to a HBCU, Jackson State. And at the time, my parents were from Mississippi. And my father basically said he was not going to take me back to Mississippi. So he said, what about that college that you got that letter from? Hold on. He went in the room, came back, and he said, yeah, don't two of the people from the church go there, which is, at the time we called her Renee, which is British. Okay. And Harry Cooper. And he said, yeah, you can go to school with them. I feel safer with you with someone that you know. I know them, you know their parents. So that's how I wind up at Western.
So he gave you a big urge and a hint. Hey, you going to Western?
Basically, okay. Yeah.
So what was your major at WIU, and were you involved in any extracurricular activities or organizations?
Yes, I majored in home economics with emphasis in retail marketing. I was in a couple of organizations. I'm a Kappa Diamond. Yes. I was a member of the Black Student Association. I also was, at my freshman year, a gymnast for Western Illinois University.
Doing flips, back flip, forward.
Yes.
What did you specialize in gym?
I did the floor routine and the uneven bars, parallel bars. I did the whole all around.
Oh, awesome. So is your major still relevant to your career path? If not, what has been the catalyst for your evolution or pivotal change in life?
Well, I worked in retail. I did the store displays for a corporation called US Shoe Corporation. At the time, they owned Casual Corners, Petite Sophisticate, and August Max. And I did all their displays across the Chicagoland area. I left there, and then I went to the Limited Corporation, where I worked with Lane Bryant and the Limited Express. I did their displays and marketing. And I was working part-time at FedEx. I was coming in early and doing things that they asked me to do at FedEx, and it wound up being a full-time job. So I pretty much just transitioned into that.
Awesome. So what was your most memorable moment at WIU?
I have so many good memories of WIU. I mean, that's why we're still here. That's why we're still here. It actually was, it's a combination of becoming a Kappa Diamond. I have sisters that I've been knowing for 35 years. My best friends are from Western, Robin Johnson and Kimberly Dawson. It's just so many of them. I can't even just pinpoint just one. I think the biggest one was when I walked across that stage with my diploma. Really, I mean, my parents were there. Everybody was just so happy. My brother brought my niece and nephew down. It was a really big experience for us.
How many ships did you have as a Kappa Diamond?
24. I was on that 24 karat gold line. Number 5. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay.
Yes, got a shout out.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Also, do you have any favorite professors you had back then? Do you remember anybody that really had an influence on you?
Not really. I had Dr. Rutledge. Like I said, I majored in home economics. I had a professor called Dr. Callison. I believe she's still there in some entity of the university, but she just was a sharp dressing white woman. Okay. At that time, you didn't see white women dressing sharp. She led like fashion merchandising was her thing. She had the big bow sweaters and ties and things. I had never seen that, in a small town like Macomb. Yeah. So I was really elated. So I would say, all around Dr. Rutledge, just going even to the Gwendolyn Brooks Center, just had a big profoundness. You in there, like I say, most people don't realize, but Gwendolyn Brooks lived on the next block from my house. Wow. And I talk about that quite often. She used to come to my grammar school and read to us at least 2 to 3 times a year. She would read her poetry, her latest book. So even going into the Black House, the Gwendolyn Brooks Center at the time meant a lot because in actuality, I knew her. I watched her work in her yard, so.
Yeah, we cooked dinner there, had ceremonies, initiations.
Oh my God, you had everything at the Black House.
Yeah.
You had everything. Anything that was pertaining to the Black culture was at the Black House. So it was like a family away from family. I had tutors there, people that helped me when I was having issues in chemistry. They just really helped me out. And I thought that was a lot. It meant a lot to me.
So as an alumnus of WIU, to date, what is your greatest achievement in life?
As an alumnus from WIU, my greatest achievement on an educational level is doing the Gwendolyn Brooks Park. Yeah. I think that was something that was spearheaded underneath my tenure, and I wanted to see it through. I am grateful for that. I believe, I'll say it like this, the scholarship fund, when we get back into giving out major scholarships, will be something that we can step on. And I think even for the future, we should kind of build some type of bond. I think we can work on that. On a personal level, I'm just grateful for my daughter. She graduated, she has her master's, looking at going back and getting her doctorate in child psychology. Wow. So Western has given me a great foundation, and she has a lot of uncles and aunties that kind of spearheaded her and kept her on track because she could talk to them or she couldn't talk to me. And I think that was a lot coming from WIU. So I take away my whole family from WIU. They helped me raise my child. Like they say, take a village. And WIU was the village and still is.
Yes, it is. What are some of your experiences at WIU that are responsible for your success and why?
First of all, it taught me how to deal with a different culture. Coming from a predominantly Black grammar school and high school, I grew up in the South. In the summer, I would go down and visit with my parents, but I had never been around white people or any other really race of my cup other than mine. So when I went there to just bond, I remember working in the cafeteria with the Samoan wrestlers and the football players and seeing different cultures literally going through the same thing that we're going through. We just thought we were doing it on our own. You meet different people and you just realize that the only thing different is the color of a skin, and that you still going through the same issues. They were in the same tutoring classes I was in. You know how you think that they're smarter than you. Oh no, they're not smarter than you. They were they were having the same issues, a financial issue, where you go, remember you used to walk in Sherman Hall and look in the book and see if your name is in the book before you go register for your classes. Yeah. If your name in the book, that means you owe money and you can't register. So it was the same. There was nothing different between us. And that what taught me about being around people of different races. That only thing is different is the color of your skin.
And we all share some of the same burdens, some of the same challenges in life.
Yes.
And, we have more in common than we actually know.
Yes, we do.
So if you had to give advice to a younger version of yourself, a young 18-year-old Joyce Ross, what would you say to her?
A young 18-year-old Joyce Ross, I would tell her, really get in the books. Mm-hmm. I studied, but I studied when I wanted to. I think I could have studied a little bit more. I'm not even thinking about it. I know I could have studied a little bit more. There were so many opportunities that Western Illinois had that we never even took advantage of. We could have came out with our real estate degree. They had all kind of other counseling classes, all other classes that we never even knew about because we were, I want to say, afraid to know. As a Black culture, we kind of stayed with what we felt comfortable with. And sometimes you have to step outside and be in an uncomfortable space to make yourself feel good. It's okay to learn other things. It's okay to venture into another avenue that you've never went into. So if I was to tell my younger self, I would say, step outside your comfort zone. It's okay. You'll be a better person for it.
That's very good advice. Now, you're a member of Sigma Gamma Rho, and you're actually a centennial bossalist.
Yes,
so you're going to be a bossalist, a centennial bossalist. Won't be another one for another 100 years. So how's it feel to be able to pass the torch on 100 years from now?
Wow. That's a lot. I am actually grateful. I will say this, I joined the sisterhood, not at Western Illinois University, but I have a lot of respect for Epsilon Beta from Western Illinois. We're celebrating 50 years from there. Yeah. And they have accepted me wholeheartedly with open arms. I've never felt so warm and welcomed into an organization. But being the basilisk of my chapter, which is Zeta Xi Sigma out of Harvey, Illinois, it's a big responsibility. I enjoy the challenges. It's something that I say I'll position for. I don't know if I'll do another term. I'm going to run. Hopefully I win the next term. But going and see a centennial, we're just so excited because it's only 2 organizations that have not been 100 years. We're next, and then it will be the IOTAs. Other than that, everybody has celebrated their 100 years, and we just can't wait. We're on our road to Indianapolis. We don't know what to do. Everything is geared around 100 years. And that's just saying a lot. I think about my experience with Western Illinois and actually the founders of Sigma Gamma Rho, because it was founded at a predominantly white institution. So we're one of the only sororities out of the Divine Nine that was founded at a predominantly white Butler University. And for 7 school teachers to go through what they went through in the Depression 1922, across the street from the KKK headquarters, wow. And 100 years later, we're still standing. Hey, I can't say anything else, but God is good. Yes, and those 7, if they saw what is going on 100 years later, they would be so elated that we're doing this. We're still here.
So how many members of the chapter? Your chapter, how many members?
In my chapter, we have 35 members.
Okay. And what weekend will you be in Indianapolis?
The weekend of, I can tell you, the weekend of July 11th, I'll be there the whole week.
Okay.
I'll be in Indianapolis the whole week.
I know you all gonna have a great time.
Yes.
So if you had any redos as far as changing the past, is it anything you would do differently than you did the first time?
All I can say is probably as a redo, I would have probably focused more. I probably would have picked a different major. I probably would have went into law enforcement. When you're young, and in the time when I went to Western, our counselors weren't really good at really going in to find out what you want to major in. So I picked a major that I was comfortable with because I like to do displays and things, but I probably would have went into a more of a law enforcement degree or some sort. If that's what I would tell my younger self. That's what I would go over and redo.
Okay. Do you have any last comments for our viewers?
All I can say is that Western Illinois, we have been through a lot. We are a family. I love the bond that we have. And I know that once we get our feet wet, we can bring this university back. We can bring the Black student population back. We need to reach out and mentor these young people. They're lost and we are here. We've made it. We've made it. Like from their standards, we've made it to the big time. And we can tell them it's okay, but we can also guide them to make the right choices that they have when they're down there. And I just think that we as an organization, as people, should always want to reach back and pull someone up with them.
Well,
that's it.
I also want to say thank you for the years of service with the WIU Black Alumni Council. You've done a wonderful job. You did an outstanding job at the dedication, Gwendolyn Brooks Park dedication. You gave a wonderful presentation, a great speech, and the audience really appreciated you. And we appreciate you on the Black Alumni Council.
Thank you.
So, Leathernecks out there, we do have a wonderful 2022 WIU Black Alumni Council weekend planned for you. It's the 30th anniversary celebration from August 5th through August 7th. On Friday, we have a meet and greet from 8 to 1 a.m. at the Holiday Inn in Matteson. On Saturday, we have the cookout from 10 a.m. to dusk at Midlothian Meadows Park. That's 15900 Crawford Avenue. The after party is from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. at the Holiday Inn in Matteson. And on Sunday, we have a brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's also at the Holiday Inn in Matteson. And you can purchase your weekend pass on Eventbrite. That's WIU Weekend 2022.eventbrite.com. We want to see you all there. We're going to have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.